A risk management plan is a document that outlines how you will identify, assess, and manage risks in your project. It's like an insurance policy for your project. It helps you stay prepared for the unexpected. Ignoring risks can lead to project delays, budget overruns, or even project failure. Risk is any uncertain event or condition that can have a positive or negative effect on your project. For example, a risk could be a key team member leaving or a natural disaster occurring. Risk assessment is the process of identifying and analyzing potential risks. This involves determining the likelihood of the risk happening and the impact it could have on your project. Mitigation planning involves developing strategies to reduce the negative impact of risks. Imagine you are organizing a large outdoor event. A potential risk is bad weather. To mitigate this, you might secure a backup indoor venue. By having a risk management plan, you can proactively address potential problems before they become major issues. This allows for smoother project execution and increases the likelihood of project success. The first step in creating a risk management plan is to identify all potential risks that could affect your project. Start by gathering your project team and brainstorming potential risks. Think about external factors outside your control, such as changes in government regulations or economic downturns. Also, consider internal factors you can control, like team member expertise or technology availability. Use tools like checklists, SWOT analysis, and past project documentation to help you identify risks. For instance, if you're developing software, a risk might be a delay in receiving necessary software components. Document each identified risk clearly and concisely in your risk management plan. It's important to involve stakeholders in the risk identification process to gain a comprehensive understanding of potential challenges. Once you've identified potential risks, the next step is to assess their potential impact and probability. Impact refers to the severity of the consequences if the risk occurs. Probability refers to the likelihood of the risk happening. Use a simple ranking system to assess impact and probability. For example, you could use a scale of 1 to 5, with 1 being the lowest and 5 being the highest. A risk with a high impact and high probability would be a top priority to address. For instance, if a key supplier goes bankrupt, that would have a high impact on your project. However, if the supplier is financially stable, the probability of this happening is low. By assessing impact and probability, you can prioritize which risks require the most attention and resources. Now that you've identified and assessed your risks, it's time to create a plan to mitigate them. For each high-priority risk, develop specific actions you can take to reduce its likelihood or impact. There are 4 main risk response strategies: avoidance, mitigation, transference, and acceptance. Avoidance means changing your project plan to eliminate the risk entirely. Mitigation involves taking steps to reduce the probability or impact of the risk. Transference means shifting the responsibility for the risk to a third party, such as through insurance. Acceptance means acknowledging the risk but not taking any immediate action. Document each risk mitigation strategy in your plan, including who is responsible, required resources, and deadlines. Regularly review and update your risk management plan throughout the project lifecycle as new risks emerge and circumstances change.